From bustling metros to small town India, the Indian consumer, of course, is evolving. We're driven by aspirations with digital transformation and a deep connection to our culture. We have a diverse, a dynamic market, and understandably, when we focus on consumer choices and how they are changing, we win. Today, we're going to talk to someone who knows a little bit about this very fascinating aspect of businesses. Let's put our hands together for Rochita Day, Director of Sreeleathers Limited, a brand that has not only witnessed India's retail evolution, but has also been a part of adapting to the changing consumer behavior. A huge round of applause, please, for Rochita. So good to be speaking to you, Rochita, and welcome once again to Ideas of India. I think सबसे पहले we would love to understand the history of this company that originated in West Bengal और करीब 30 साल से ज़्यादा हो गए हैं that the company has been serving Kolkata and I believe many other cities in India as well.
Right. So we started in 1986 when my father first came to Kolkata from a small store in Lindsay Street of 100 square foot only. Today that store is continuing to be our flagship store and it is more than 40,000 square feet big. It is, we have the world record, thank you so much. We have the world record of being the largest single brand footwear store. In more ways than one, that store has been breaking records for us. The industry average inventory turnover is 202 days. The Lindsay Street store turns over their inventory every 28 days.
Wonderful. That is a huge feat.
Yes. So we have almost 50 stores in 10 states of India and hopefully with the blessings of everybody, we'll continue to grow strength to strength.
जब इस कंपनी की शुरुआत हुई थी आपके पहले स्टोर से आई बिलीव इट वाज इन लिंसे स्ट्रीट इन कोलकाता अफोर्डेबिलिटी एंड यू नो प्रोडक्ट्स फॉर द कॉमन मैन वर द फोकस पर तब से लेकर अब तक थोड़ा प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट जो है वो भी लोगों को ऑफर किया जा रहा है डिड यू सी अ डिफरेंस इन व्हाट द कंज्यूमर वांटेड बिफोर यू इंट्रोड्यूस द प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट्स
So my brand Sreeleathers, which is a brand started by my father, continues to focus on durability and affordability. I started my own brand called House of SL in 2018 to focus on the youth because as we all know, we are one of the youngest major economies of all the economies which has a median age from late 30s to 50. Our median age is 28, which is an opportunity for us. If we want to do something for the youth, now is the golden period. Now, as somebody said, Swarn Yug. Now is the time to focus on the youth. And I believe aspiration, we wanted to do something aspirational because that's not something we touched with Sreeleathers. And I didn't want to introduce this in Sreeleathers because we already have such a loyal customer base. So I wanted to do something different, which is why in House of SL, we offer aspirational products, premium products, because I've seen something which is universal. Everybody has a sense of aspiration. Everybody has a special shirt that they don't wear to work 6 days a week. They keep it aside for a special occasion only. This is the reason why I did it. And also I feel that even though somebody's threshold may be different, when we look at brands like Zara, they've done such a good job of positioning differently so that different people perceive it in a different way. Some of us may think that Zara is an affordable brand, which is maybe because we think they're serving high fashion products at high street prices. But for most of us in India, Zara is an aspirational brand.
Yes, it's expensive.
It is expensive, especially in India. So they've done such a good job of positioning themselves so differently for different people. And that's what I think the future of India is. If we can produce produce a brand which has a premium aesthetic, a premium branding, but without the luxury price tag, we're going to reach a lot more diverse consumers than by being a mass brand. This is my personal opinion.
And it's a good opinion to have, I think. And you know, हम देखते हैं कि आजकल online sales पर businesses का ज़्यादातर focus रहता है. What has been your strategy since you started participating and leading in the business? Have you focused now more on brick and mortar stores? Have you been expanding that aspect of the business, or is the thrust on serving the nation, you know, consumers across India through online sales?
Right. So I think For FMCG products, online is great. And even as a brand, we do believe in having an omni-channel strategy going forward. Having said that, for shopping goods, tangibility plays a very important role. I may be able to buy a t-shirt online and I can adjust the fitting in some way or the other, but my footwear has to fit just right. And also personally, experience is important for me. For me, shopping is a form of entertainment. So I would like to go to a store, try out different shoes, and then decide what style I like. But if somebody does prefer convenience, we also do sell online. But it's also very important to know that it is a lot easier to build loyal consumers if we have an offline store. Online, it's a lot more difficult to convince a customer that, you know, we are a brand, we are here to serve you. That is, I think, something that's missing. But other than that, yeah, I think it's important to have an
But
omni-channel strategy.
कई लोगों की सोच ये भी हो सकती है कि अगर ब्रिक एंड मॉर्टर स्टोर्स हैं, फिजिकल स्टोर्स हैं, तो जो कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट है वो काफ़ी बढ़ जाती है
Yes.
एंड ऑनलाइन सेल्स इज perhaps some of the easier
Right.
ways to sell. So just your thoughts on that.
Yes. So a lot of people think buying online is easy, but how many times have you bought online and it's not what you thought it was? There is a very popular meme, what I booked and what was delivered. There's a reason for that. So if you're doing it for convenience, it ends up being even more inconvenient for you to go back and you have to change it. Brick and mortar stores, yes. If you're going to start off, it may be an expensive endeavor, but having said that, the service we can provide from a brick and mortar stores, because if I had my own logistics company, yes, maybe I would be able to feel more competent in terms of delivering to our customers. But having said that, for now, I think it's important to have an online store presence for shopping goods, but it can never take away the experience of shopping in person.
You are a second generation entrepreneur, right? What are some of the things that you've inherited from your father's leadership style? And what are some of the new things that you've introduced to him?
So, one of the basic differences is that when my father started off, he had nothing to lose. If he made a mistake, so what will he lose? But I am very cautious of making a mistake. That's why I started House of SL for all my experiments, for everything I'm thinking that's new in the business. My job is to make sure that the business stays relevant, evolves over time, but at the same time, it stays true to its core values. Having said that, our styles are very different. In the past, if my father had to open a new store, say in some district, he would actually literally have to go and build it. Like even today, if we sit for these meetings, he knows cement ratio makes, how deep the foundation has to be, the wiring. I don't have that kind of knowledge. If I have to start a new store, I sit in my office with my team, and then based on the microeconomics of the district, I decide the financial viability of the project. So styles are very different, but we make it work. We exchange between each other and meet a mid ground.
So I love asking, legacy entrepreneurs कि जब differences आते हैं, क्योंकि भारत में legacy businesses हैं, we see second, third, fourth generation entrepreneurs. जब conflict आते हैं between the new generation and the older generation, what is your approach to resolving them?
So I'm a completely non-confrontational person. So after a particular point, I will not say anything, and then once the meeting is over, I will call the respected person and I'll have my last word. So I don't do it in front of him. If I have to do something after the meet, I was like, okay, yes, 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 and then after the meeting is over, I call the person. I was like, this is what I actually want. Please make it sure that this is how the deliverables are placed.
Right. So, the panel before you, we were discussing manufacturing, and
Right.
you manufacture your own products. How has that journey been for you? And since you got into the business, are there changes that you've brought to that aspect of the business as well?
So we are primarily a trading brand. We don't manufacture ourselves. We work with a lot of vendors made and make our products in India, but we do have a very close relationship with them, um, which is something that I would have come to towards the end. But I'll just say it, like, if we are the world's largest democracy, if we support our manufacturers by supporting Indian brands who make in India, I think we can be the industrial superpower in the next 10 years. I think that like if we want our factories to be competing with those in the global markets, We need to have smart factories. We need to have predictive maintenance. We need to have automated processes. We need to have real-time monitoring. And these investments are very, very expensive. So in whatever way, if we can support Indian brands, that would be great.
Yes, absolutely. And Indian consumers do want Indian brands to scale as well. You're someone who has taken up marketing the
Right,
company very, very well.
right.
What are some of the success stories that you can share with us when it comes to marketing the brand?
So, marketing for Sreeleathers is very, very easy. We believe in being 100% transparent and authentic. We don't go out of the way to prove anything. If you see, the most popular way we market our brand is instead of advertising. So we have a very famous Sreeleathers is known for. Oh wow! So Sreeleathers, I didn't know you had this visual. So Sreeleathers is known for Durga Puja. So this is one of the visuals that I'm referring to. You will see it's packed. This is one of the time when we have more than 30,000 people in the store, in our Lindsay Street store. We have uh, more than 5,000 SKUs in the store. So the only marketing, bare bones marketing that we do is we release ads in the newspaper 3 months in advance because
Okay.
people are always flocking to the store towards the end of the month, like the month before the festival season. We advertise so that people start coming in earlier. So we release these catalogs. We've not had any celebrity brand ambassador or anything. We just have the product, the price, and the code. People mark these catalogs actually on ABP's newspaper only. You'll see people mark these catalogs and then they stand in queues so that by the time they're in the store, they'll be in and out. It still take some time, but they want to make sure they expedite that process. So
So
it's
this is fascinating to learn क्योंकि ये cues हम usually देखते हैं कि Apple के store के बाहर लग रही है when a new phone or a watch is being released.
Yeah.
But it's lovely to hear that happens outside Sri Leather stores as well.
Yes, even today. So it's a part of tradition. Most families, when I hear stories from them, so another thing that we do is instead of we don't have ambassadors, our customers are our brand ambassadors. They share stories. And I've always heard the story. I used to come here as a child with my parents, and now I've brought my daughter or son
Hmm.
to the store.
I also want to understand from you, Rochita, you know, we talk about women in business and women leading businesses.
Right.
Has it been any different for you? Do you feel that because you're a female entrepreneur, people's reactions to you are different?
So I think gender stereotypes are assigned to us from a very young age. I have a brother who's 8 years younger to me. If a relative gave him a toy car, I would be given a kitchen set. But because I saw both my parents work very hard at work to lay the foundations of the brand, even if I got a kitchen set, I would think about managing and operating a restaurant. That is very important. We may not be able to, change the society, but we can change the narrative at home and we can um, instill confidence in our daughters. There's a story of a manager assigning projects in a boardroom where the manager is talking about the deliverables of the project, what are the timeline expectations, what skill set you require to do that project. And in that boardroom, there's a woman thinking, oh, I only know 80% of this project, so I can't claim it because I can't do justice to the full project. And in that same room, there's a man thinking, I already know 20% of the project, the rest 80% I will figure it out. And this is not an individualistic difference.
We can go louder with the applause.
This is this is systemic. So I think that I personally, because I was born in a business family, I have not had those hurdles, but that's an anomaly. I have met a lot of women entrepreneurs who've had to face a lot more resistance than their male counterparts, and that is the reality.
Are there female entrepreneurs who have inspired you, who have been your icons?
I think every female entrepreneur who's starting off is my icon because the start is the most difficult. Once you reach a certain stage, it gets easier with time. To anybody who's trying to be a female entrepreneur today and is not being able to find her break, I wish you all the best because you're going to need it and you're going to have to fight harder to prove your point, but I hope you make it.
Okay. I think the claps are saying more than I need to. One final question to you. We are sitting on the ideas of India stage, so I have to ask you, as a woman leader running a business, what is your idea of India?
My idea of India is that by 2027, we're going to have the largest workforce in the world. I hope we are all prepared with our infrastructure to be able to use that. We are going to have a steady supply of labor, of services, of all the other major economies. Our population is going to be more adaptable to learning new technologies. And the people in this room, the people who are the the people who can make the changes in the world, it's our responsibility to build that infrastructure, to give that opportunity, not only in major cities, but also for rural and marginalized communities, so that everybody has that opportunity to change India. If we all work together, will we see the idea of India be successful.
Wonderful. It's been so nice learning about you, your company, and what you plan to do with it. We wish you the very, very best for the future. Thank you so much, Rochita.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm really humbled that I'm here with the upper echelons of the...
Please do stay on stage as I invite Rupali Fernandez to join us and present Rochita with a memento from the ABP network. Can we have a huge round of applause, please? Wishing you the very best. Very, very best. Thank you very much, Rupali, as well. Thank you, Rochita.